said, you go. If Esau kills you, maybe the rest can run away. But the Bible said that night he was left alone. And an angel of God wrestled with him. He said, change my name. The desire was so strong. The desire, the Bible said, and a man fought with God and prevailed. I don't know what is happening in your life, but you can prevail this morning, this afternoon. Holy Spirit, I superimpose the heavenly atmosphere over this earthly atmosphere. I superimpose the angelic realm over this atmosphere. Anything that is not of God, I command you to stop your pressing now. In the name of Jesus. Yes. I command and I superimpose the heavenly atmosphere in this room now. Let the mind of men be captured by the power of the Holy Ghost. Let the emotions of men be captured now by the anointing of God. Mande, stand up upon the feet. Stand up. Mako Shakaba, stand up upon the feet. Listen to me, stand up. Lift up your hands. Shata Hande. Mande, stand up, lift up your hands. Say, Father, let your anointing, your power, come upon me now. Say, Holy Ghost, visit my life now. Let up your hands. Devil, you know it. Yes. Now, in the name of Jesus, amen. Get out. Amen. Yes, you must go. Yes. You must go. Jesus. The Bible says, until every thought is captured to the obedience of Christ. Today, from now within the next 1 hour, 30 to 2 hours. Let every mind be subjected to Christ. Yes. Let every soul be subjected to Christ. Let the Lord of spirits have his way in this place. Amen. And anything that will stop you from receiving from God, I declare, let that thing be bound. For once in your life today, may you hear from God. For once in your life today, may you hear from God. For once in your listen. The Lord is showing me a revelation now. And you see what I'm saying? Holy Ghost. I came prepared. Amen. I said I came prepared.
Amen.
You know,
we are prepared to receive. Amen.
You know, don't pretend before God. Yes. Don't pretend before God. He knows your in toto in vitro.
Yes.
He knows your core. He knows your mind. He knows your heart. Yes. The Bible says that everything is laid bare before him. So it's when you come, if you're a murderer, say, God, me, I'm a murderer, I've come. The Bible says 2 men prayed in the temple. One said, God, I fast 2 times in a day. He bragged out of his righteousness. God said, you stand here. Another one came and said, God, I'm nobody. I can't fast like this Pharisee. I don't pay my tithe. I don't do everything. But just have mercy on me. And Jesus said, the one that prayed like that, God responded to him. The problem is not your sin. The problem is, will you recognize the need for the Savior? So when you come to God, one thing, that's why one of the books I wrote, I said everything about my life. You know, when you come before God, whether you come as a fornicator or anything, just come and say, God, I've done it. And do you know what he will do for you? He will cleanse you. But the thing is this, the Spirit of God stands behind you, stands before you, and then it's like in your heart, it's like, oh my God. Jesus. Say, God, this is me.
This is me.
Mention your name.
This is me. So
take me as I am.
Take me as I am.
With all my strength and weaknesses.
With all my strength and weaknesses.
Take me as I am.
Take me as I am.
Say, Father,
Father,
take me as I am.
take me as I am.
You may take your seat. Tonight, I said tonight because something is going to happen to you. God is going to break you today. Pastor Sarah, God bless you, Mama.
Amen.
I just want to thank Pastor Sarah for the opportunity to stand on this pulpit and preach today.
Amen.
Pastor Sarah is our senior pastor of this church.
Amen.
She is the reason why we have all gathered here today.
Yes.
Without her, we don't have the right to be here.
Amen.
And today, Pastor, when I was leaving the house, the Lord said to me, I have made her and Naomi unto Ruth.
Amen.
And I said, God, what do you mean? And God said, listen, Ruth was just a Moabite lady. But by her meeting Naomi, she gave birth to Jesse. And Jesse gave birth to David. And Jesus came from that line. All because, listen, Mama, if you don't take care, you will look at somebody like Naomi, who has lost the husband, lost the children, and say, what kind of woman is this? But she was the connector to Ruth's destiny. And I recognize that grace. Thank you so much. God has used you to bless my life. Can you put that together for Pastor? I want to share with you before, by the grace of God, we have a visitor here. Can you put that together for her? Sister Maria, you're welcome. Please come and say something. Just 1 minute. Just come and say something to the church. She's a reverend minister.
Wow.
It is so blessed.
Please take the microphone.
It is so blessed to know this place.
Amen.
The Lord brought me here.
Amen.
Nobody can move me.
Amen.
All my family are the minister working for God, but no one know I'm sick. No one know the problem I have. No one know I need a word of God to sharpen my mind. I found Him. I prayed. I cried to Jesus. The Lord, you have thy mercy. Thy mercy gonna help me. And your favor gonna help me for the rest of my life. And the Lord just opened my eye and connect me with Pastor Cosmos. And he's not a pastor for me. He is a prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher, apostle.
Amen.
He alone already holding 5 whole ministries. I speak in this because the Spirit of the Lord lives inside me.
Amen.
And the Lord brought me here, encouraged me. And He's so humble Himself. I never see a man of God in the internet. He's giving all his knowledge, all his wisdom, just preach out through the internet. And this internet is touching England all over the world. Of course, now, the Lord working with person is always from a very little, and then come later. I put it in connect to Bunny Hinn on my website. You know, a lot of people know who am I. I hiding myself because I've been in the wilderness, I've been in the desert. I said, Lord, I'm not coming out only when you speak to me, I'm coming out. But if I don't hear your word, I just stay myself, my life in the desert. And I can be this woman which he preached as Anna, a prophetess woman, just lock herself in the temple of God to serve the Lord until the Lord come to rapture me. You know, the Lord brought me here today. I thank all of you. And I thank you for this pastor. And because the last preach, you're standing here, you settled the question which I asked him for 10 years.
Wow.
Yes. And one word he just gave to me to awake me also for 10 years. I've been studying my Bible college in England. I studied my Bible college with your Ghana, a very, very big man, Archbishop Okunaba Papa. Everybody call him. I tell you, if Papa here, I see this, now he was gonna cry because some things I'm hungry, thirsty, nobody can answer me. I received today. I'm full. I'm Christian. I am Christian today.
Amen.
Since I'm 40 years old, I spend all my money just for looking for the ministry. My last penny I put on just for God's kingdom, which the knowledge, the wisdom I need, I don't get the answer. But today, I receive the same. I know I go home, I lock myself in my private room, I preach Chinese gospel from the internet, and I know now I know how to preach.
Glory to God.
Amen.
Woman of God, God bless you so much. And we don't meet people by chance. Everybody you meet plays a role in your life. Don't take people for granted. Listen, everything that God will ever need to do for you, He has done for you. But the thing is, will you recognize it? To have this woman here, it's a miracle. Woman of God, within the last 1 month, I got a call from somebody in another town here in Germany. He said, Pastor Cosmos, on Saturday, you were praying online. And then there was a pain in my arm, which has been there. I've gone to hospital. When you prayed, it left. And then she said, I was waiting for 3-4 days before I would tell you, because I wanted to find out if it was gone. He said, the pain has never come back. There was somebody from Kuwait. The lady said, Pastor Cosmos, I've been watching Pastor Aflukao, and I came online and watched you, and you prayed for the sick. He said, Pastor Cosmos, do you remember? When you prayed, I got healed.
Amen.
Listen to me, another woman from, people want to come from Holland. A woman from Holland and UK said, Pastor Cosmos, we want to come to where you are and fellowship with you. You see, why am I saying this thing? Because God can be among you and you can't even recognize Him. Can I take and say that there are some people, even if God should wear a red hat and come to their door, they will never recognize. Listen, when I go online, I don't preach for people to say they should send money and seed. Listen, sometimes people come online and say that sow a seed after they have finished preaching. I've never asked anybody. But people themselves, as I'm preaching, they say, Pastor Cosmos, how can we sow a seed into a ministry? Listen, do you know what that means?
Amen.
Pastor, we believe you.
Amen.
A woman from Holland said, Pastor Cosmos, if we invite you, will you come? Pakistan, a guy from Pakistan, he sent me his photo, said, we want you to come to Pakistan. And on Friday, I'm preaching to his church online. From Pakistan. He said, I've watched men of God, but when I listen to something happens to me.
Amen.
You know what? God is with us.
Yes.
And we will take this land for Germany.
Amen.
Yesterday, I posted one of the audio messages on our platform. And I listened to the message myself. And in the message, I prophesied and I said, 10 years from now, the whole of Germany will get to know me. And it was in the message, Mama, I put on the platform. And the Lord said, it will come to pass. And God said, it will not even take 10 years.
Yes.
He has reduced it to, I will not tell you.
Amen.
Let me share with you the word of God and I will pray. And I will do what the Lord showed me. I will tell you tonight, this afternoon. I want to preach a simple message on cultivating and keeping God's presence. I want to preach a very simple message tonight, or this afternoon. Cultivating and keeping God's presence. And I have some few scriptures for us to read, so I'll be very quick with it. Normally I branch and I go here and then before I come into my message. But this time I'm going straight on to my message. You remember when we were worshiping? The presence of God was here.
Yes.
That is the least of the presence of God. It is very easy for the presence of God to be activated, but can you keep it? God can even speak through an animal. He spoke through an animal in the Bible, but the animal never spoke again. So, for somebody like Saul in the Bible, God, Samuel said that when you come among the prophet, you will also prophesy. But you never saw Saul prophesying again. It was just the one time. God, listen, the problem is not the presence of God coming, but the problem is, can you keep it? Many people have had encounters with God, and they could not keep the encounter. Many people have had encounter with angels, and they could not keep it. Listen, the devil doesn't bother you have been meeting God. Oh, come on, he will just relax. Didn't he wait for Jesus to fast 40 days and finish? And after the 40 days, he came and said this. Because the devil knows that human beings can't keep focus for a long time. The devil knows us. He knows us. Oh, give him just 1 week. Just give him 1 month. When I gave my life to Christ in primary 6. And there was nobody in my family who was a Christian. My dad was a musician and, they do things. But the better I know was that most of them were Catholics. Then something happened. I went to school one day, I was in primary 6. And when I went to school in primary 6, nothing was wrong with me. Everything was okay with me. When I came home, my mother used to travel and she has come. And my mother said that a strange man came to this house. And when the strange man came here, the strange man said, we should look for a place for him to stay in this house. My mother said, because I don't know this strange man, I said he should go. And all of a sudden, something came out from my mouth. I said, Mommy, what about if he was an angel? That night, from 6 to 7, 8, something strange began to happen to me. All of a sudden, I began to have some experiences and I became so sick. So I told Mommy, things were happening to me, and I told my mother that, Mommy, something is wrong with me. I feel like I'm going to die. So my grandmother was there. My grandmother said, just go and lay your head on the bed and sleep.